You ever get the feeling that Facebook cannot get out of its own way, admitting right now that, some users' information got out again? I could give you the details, and it's up on our website. It's just the latest chapter in all of this, but it's something that NYU marketing professor Scott Galloway was way ahead of, especially when he's talking about some of the big technology names that have led this market higher, including Amazon and Apple and Google, and, of course, the aforementioned Facebook. Very good to have you, sir. Thanks for coming.
Thanks for having me, Neil.
First, I do want to very quickly get to the Facebook thing. What is the latest thing? Because every time they say, that's it, there's nothing more, we're on top of this, something else comes up. What's going on?
Yeah, you're exactly right. Something you'll never hear from Facebook is that it's not as bad as we'd originally reported. The only thing you know for certain is that things get worse. And in this instance, they said that after, I think it was about 2015, they were no longer sharing this type or this robust a data set, and it ends up they were with multiple platforms, including some Chinese platforms, which presents a security risk. So the onion, every time you peel back the onion here, every time you ask more questions, you find out that it was worse than originally reported.
Back in the winter, you wrote an excellent piece looking at the influence, the size, and the disproportionate weight of some of these technology behemoths that grew to rival the GDP, I think you said collectively, of France. As if, by the way, that's a worthy goal. But leaving that aside, you talk about the time that it might be, I think, kind of looking to rein them in a little bit. This isn't an indictment you wrote of the four, referring to Amazon, Apple, Facebook, and Google, or retribution, but recognition that a key part of a healthy economic cycle is pruning firms when they become invasive. What did you mean by that? That it's time for regulators to come in, for each and all of them to be addressed? What?
Yeah, I think regulation could have unintended consequences. I'm not a fan of regulation, and I think it can be expensive and ham-handed, and actually believe the regulation over here in Europe, GDPR, will end up not only constraining them, but probably cementing their position. My viewpoint is that it's time to break them up, that we're at a natural part in the economic cycle when a few companies through excellent execution, luck, economic environment end up with so much influence that small companies can't get out of the crib, and big companies that are traditionally better employers are prematurely euthanized. These companies are effectively dominating their sectors, the monopolies, that monopoly-like power, and I don't want to restrain them. Just as we broke up Ma Bell and unleashed 30 years of incredible innovation and found out that fiber and cell phone technology were lying dormant in Bell Labs and unleashed 30 years of shareholder and stakeholder growth, I think we're at that point in this cycle now, Neil. 92% share of search, one company. Google, Amazon loses or gains the market cap of Federal Express in a day and can take tens of billions of dollars out of a sector just by announcing the acquisition of a $100 million company, as we saw yesterday with PillPack. So it's time to oxygenate the marketplace. They haven't done anything wrong. I think they've been doing their job. We haven't been doing ours, and that's elect officials who will hold them to the same scrutiny we've held other industry and other companies to.
What you worry about in doing that, be careful what you wish for, you might get it. If you were to go after Amazon and all of these aggressive moves it's made to acquire companies, just doing so can wipe tens of billions of dollars out of those respective businesses. The question then becomes how you break it up and what you do. And you mentioned the AT&T example, but that it might not apply here because these are such tangled webs. What do you think?
I don't think it's that hard. Most of these companies, the roadmap is just to look back. Why does Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, and Messenger, four of the top 5 apps in the world, who, by the way, have all set their guns in a uniform attack on number 5, Snap, and are putting Snap out of business as we speak? Why wouldn't we spin Instagram? Why wouldn't we ask them to spin WhatsApp? Why does Amazon need to own AWS, one of the most profitable sectors in technology, such that they can effectively subsidize a retail platform? When the Chinese came in with steel priced below market, we called it dumping. When Amazon does it, we call it innovation. I don't think breaking up these companies would be that difficult.
If we do, and whatever justification is taken for that, the fear is it could lead to a bear market, that the initial reaction would be to sell, as it was a bumpy ride originally for Ma Bell, before obviously these 7 spinoffs and the technology that it inspired, but it would be a rough adjustment process. What do you think?
So I want to acknowledge there's no free lunch. It's impossible to imagine there wouldn't be losers here, but you know, I'm voting with my wallet. I own their stocks, and I believe Amazon and AWS as two separate companies would be worth more than they are as one. I think Instagram is the most valuable platform in the world and would trade at an incredible valuation right now. So I'm not convinced that shareholders wouldn't benefit from a spin of these companies.
All right. It might be forced on them one way or the other. Very good seeing you again, Scott. Thank you very much.
Thanks for having me.